This video is going to be a little different. Instead of a script I read, I'm going to talk about this all from my head with nothing to follow. Reasoning for this is to see how being more open-minded to discuss something can help express myself on a subject a little more. If I don't like the results, then I will discontinue this, but otherwise, enjoy the new experimental format. So let me take this into my perspective at first. Let's say I'm a person who wants to get some money, I don't know where to start, and I have a lot of choices. I can look for jobs online, or I can get a job on a social media platform that I know can get me revenue, like Twitch or YouTube. Those are two of the main ones I can think of. But I think the problem is, I look at YouTube, I've noticed a lot of flaws that have commonly been talked about by lots of channels talking about their own situations with YouTube, how they have lots of frustrations with the platform, especially with the monetization, solely because it's such a very difficult thing, even as a mature content streamer or content creator, to upload your own passionate work about things and your own opinions and trying to get a buck. But I like to think of it like this: if I want a job, I want to get money that actually I know what an exact amounts I'm getting. I want to know what's the payment specifically, so I'm not taking guesses. To where if I need this money on a certain amount of money for a certain month, I don't have to rely on okay, hopefully I can get this type of content to get this big, so that way I can reach that goal. I don't want to be taking that. I want to pre-plan before I want to know what I'm going to get, what exactly I'm going to be earning after a certain period of time if things are in a routine, which a lot of times jobs are. They usually give you payment throughout a weekly basis with the same amounts over time for every hour you work. And I think that's a more reliable system than how YouTube works, where I think it seems to be that it's about views. The more views you get, the more money you get, and if you don't get a lot of good videos and they don't get a lot of views, you struggle to get income. And if you really need over $1,000 a month or something like that for bills and taxes, something that really requires a lot of money, and you're struggling just out of 1 month, that can be a very big headache. So I don't think I would take that risk, because again, I feel like YouTube is just it just seems like a big luck-based game. Kind of like a lot of things in life where your choices you don't know, you gotta take some chances. What you think will work, what you think will help you reach that monetary goal so you can keep yourself working for a living. I don't think I could rely on that. I don't want to be taking chances. I want to make sure I know if I'm getting money on a routine, I can plan for what I got and what I can do. And any extra money that can be based on chance, I would put off as a secondary source, just as a extra payment situation. I don't want it to be the primary, because if I only rely on that, then it's going to be a headache if I don't make that goal. If I can make it less of a headache to have to get extra the next few weeks, if it's a 2-week payment system, then I think I'll go with a secondary job, which I know if I can take my passion and I can make money off of it, then that'd be good. Because with YouTube as a primary job, I think the main problem is, in order to really make money, you have to not be yourself. You have to be someone different in order to actually make enough money to make enough just to live, I guess. And if you are not a person who likes to change who you are, just specifically because it doesn't help you, it's not good for you, if you ever believe that, then I wouldn't recommend going to YouTube for that situation. Because YouTube nowadays, it seems, they want people who stand out, those people who represent the platform well, and people who basically have to force themselves to look good and stand out, especially for situations where they have to rely more on, it seems, children. If you're not a fan of children, I'm not a fan of children. I just think they're annoying. I don't think I can make content targeted towards children for the heavy amount. I try to take my content more towards a teenage audience, just because I feel like I can relate to them somewhat a little better, or at least a more adult audience now that I'm 18. I'm older now. But I genuinely feel like if I was to be myself, like how I am now, I'm just trying to be who I am when I make my own content, that's not going to get a lot of views because YouTube thinks that's a violation of the guidelines to get monetized. But then again, I don't want the money. Mainly because I don't think I'm reliable enough to make actual money because of my content, because the point with my content is to try to be original, try to be a commentary channel that sticks out. I'm not doing the whole, this TikTok star is worse than you think, or anything like that just to get that money, because I just feel like YouTube is unreliable with income. So I want to try and use this as a side kind of area where I can express my opinions about things that even some people wouldn't know or expect, because I feel like it would be a good idea, like, hey, you know, this sticks out, this is original content, and I enjoyed making this. That's what I think a lot of other content creators in the future should be focusing on. Make content the way you want to make it. Don't focus off of trends or what YouTube wants you to do. Make it the way you want it, as long, of course, it's going by terms of service, and it's still something that you enjoy making. If you have to force yourself to be something different that you don't want to be, and you have to make the content the way you don't want it to be, then don't bother making it. It's pointless, because if you don't like it, why even have it? And again, like, if you are not happy with the money you make, if you don't like your job, then it might, I feel, in my opinion, might affect you negatively. I feel like it would just make you, I don't know, probably depressed or just unhappy with a lot of other things in the future, just because you've experienced some things that you just don't enjoy. Like, when you have a job, you need to enjoy it. Otherwise, what's the point? Don't even have the job if you're not going to have fun with it, or at least be satisfied with what you're given with. So, I think the real main thing is, it just depends on what you're going for. And that's, I think, more reliable than just going with a system that's been criticized by a lot of its own community members on the platform. Again, I think if you want to get real money, get a real job and don't rely on YouTube. Otherwise, it's just going to be problematic and very frustrating, especially, again, a lot of situations YouTube's had that a lot of the community is pissed off about. But again, those are just my opinions. It's your choice, but I'm just giving a suggestion just from my acknowledgement of how other people feel about YouTube giving off monetization and how they give, like, it seems like they have favoritism for other people. That's just my take, and whatever you think you can work out with, that's fine. So I think I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you enjoyed, and until next video, I will see you then. Thank you for watching.